Hey guys, thanks for popping by. I am going to film an additional eye look today using the Alyssa Edwards by Anastasia Beverly Hills palette and also a full review. I've been using it for just about a week now, so I feel like I can do an actual review rather than just a first impressions, because sometimes first impressions aren't always what they seem after you've been using it for a few days and for a few looks. And so I've already done a couple looks. I will insert them here. So I'm going to film an additional look on camera, and then I will provide additional information. So if you are interested, stick around and we will get started. If you'd also like to like or subscribe and stick around for other videos, makeup, skin, hair, I don't know, whatever moves you, that would be delightful. I would appreciate your likes, your subscribes, all that good stuff. I appreciate you for watching. Tell your friends, all that good stuff. And let's get started. Alright, so I bought the Alyssa Edwards palette last week at Ulta. It runs $45. Let me check my receipt. Yes, $45. The normal Anastasia palettes run about $42, so it is a little bit pricier than their normal palettes, which seemed kind of strange, but not out of the ordinary, I guess, for a collaboration palette. So it is a little bit pricier, but only by $3, so not, you know, it's not like it's $75 and their regular ones are, you know, $40. It does come in matching packaging. This is the palette, this is the packaging it comes in. It's identical. This is the packaging. It comes with a, oh, I can't get it out. Obviously, I've not taken the brush out because I can't get it out. It comes with a double-ended brush. One side is like a packing brush and one side is a fluffy, smudgy brush. It has 10 shadows and 4 pressed pigments. The pressed pigments are Believe, Dream It, Texas Made, and DDG. Nope, BBDC, this one. And so those are the pressed pigments. Like all pressed pigments, it says on the packaging that they are not suitable for use in and around the eye area. It's a disclaimer on the packaging. It's in an eyeshadow palette. Do with that what you will. It's basically to cover themselves in the event that you have an allergic reaction. Pressed pigments are made of natural ingredients instead of synthetic, so they're not technically FDA approved. So if you had an allergic reaction to something in the pigment, there's a disclaimer on the box that says you shouldn't be putting it on your eye. So there you go. They also can cause staining as far as pressed pigments. Part of why you shouldn't use them on your eye, but it is in an eyeshadow palette. I don't know what else you would do with it. Texas Made, for sure, this bright pink one stains like a motherfucker. For sure. Just so you can see how it stains, I included a picture of what it looks like after I took my makeup off. I used it the other day for like a full kind of wing look. It was, I mean, it was the color of this packaging even after I took my makeup off. It was I've not experienced quite so much staining before. It did for the most part go away after I washed my face. I could still see like a dull, like kind of pink tint, but they do stain a little bit. But for the most part, I didn't experience any sort of reaction, any issues. I typically don't. And I have extremely sensitive skin and eyes. So there's that. So with that, let's get started on what sort of thing we're filming today. Okay, I'm going to go in with my NYX Proof It eyeshadow primer. And I normally don't start with my eyes before I do my foundation and stuff, but I'm going to do a dramatic sort of wingy cut crease kind of thing today, and I really want to be able to clean up around my eyes before I put my foundation on. I'm going to go in with NYX Single Shadow and Cookie Cutter just to set my primer. Some people don't set their primer. I can't, I don't know. I don't like to not set it. So I'm going to take this Morphe M433 brush into Brick Road, the yellow shade. We're going to go right into this inner crease. I'm going to then I'm going to go in with Texas Made, which is that bright pink shade. So I'm preparing to stain my lids. We're just patting it in. And then sort of blending them together. And then I'm going to go in with Believe, which is the purple. And right now I'm just sort of laying down the shape. I'm going to go back in and refine. And I'm going to take a Morphe 514. It's just a fluffy, sad blending brush. And just kind of blend these little edges out. It doesn't have any product on it. I'm going to take my Morphe concealer in 1.15 because it's lighter. Okay, so we cut this crease. I have super oily lids, so I need to set this because otherwise it will be a disaster. So I'm just going in with the white shadow from the palette, headliner, and I'm just tapping it over the concealer because I just need to not have it moving around. We're going to put more shadow over it, but it could be a minute, so I need it to not be going all over the place in the meantime. Okay, so I'm going to take a small flat shader brush. This is a Morphe one, it doesn't have a name. And I'm going to go in with Believe, so I'm going to basically do the opposite on the side. I'm going to start with purple on the inside. But I'm going to leave some space between where we cut the crease and where where the other shadow is. Then I'm going to go in with Texas Made. And right now I'm just kind of mapping it out. And I'll fill it in a second. And I'm going to take this little tiny Morphe brush. This is a 507. And just blend these sections together. Okay, I'm gonna finish this eye off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have both eyes done. I did go back into the cut crease with this tiny, literally the tiniest brush, and the white shadow to kind of just brighten it up a little bit. I was going to do white liner, but I didn't feel like it. I thought it might ruin it. I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer. We're going to put that on my face, and then I did clean up the edges of the shadow with a makeup wipe. I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever HD stick in R230. I'm going to take my sequins are coming out of my brush holder, my little brush. I'm going to go in with my Hoola Quickie contour stick. This is a Morphe M173. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my Morphe C1.15 concealer. It's super light, but the color up from this 1.25, 1.2, whatever the next step up is from this, dried down and was fucking orange, like fruit orange on me. Not cute. This is the Esteé Lauder Double Wear in Light Medium. I just put it under my eyes, like one little dot for color correction purposes. And then we're going to blend this out. I'm going to go with my Too Faced Born This Way powder. It's just the original setting powder. go in with Hoola Lite and this tapered blending brush. Do this NYX blush that I can't ever get open. Oh, I got it. This is the Hamptons. It's fucking packaging. This is a Pat McGrath brush. This is my Benefit Brow Conditioning Primer. I'm going to go in with my Lancôme CILS Booster XL. And my Milk Makeup Kush mascara on my bottom lashes. Oh, I definitely should have done my under eye first. Well, it's too late now. We're gonna go back in when it dries, because that is what it is. This is what happens when I do my eyes first. Curl the lashes. I'm gonna go in with Benefit Roller Lash. I keep trying to give it a try. Honestly, I don't love it. It's like the stickiest Benefit mascara I've ever tried. It comes off the easiest at night when I wash my face, but it's the fucking stickiest. Like throughout the day I feel like my lashes like stick to each other. Like if you rub your lashes, like if I have an itch in my eye and I just like use my nail to like rub my lashes together, it's like they stick together and I can feel them stuck together and I can't unstick them. I'm going to take this small Morphe brush again, M507, and I'm going to go in with we're going to do Believe. And then I'm going to go back in with Texas Made. And blend the two together. So it's just kind of a full circle. It actually worked out fine doing it after I put my mascara on. Better than I thought it would. But I'm actually just going to go in and touch it up with another light round. Okay, so there's that. Okay, I'm gonna do my brows, put my lashes on, and I'll be back with final thoughts. Okay, so we're back. Lashes are on, brows are done. I used the Drogon Mother of Dragons Urban Decay highlighter, and this is the NYX Slip Tease Full Coverage Lip Oil in Koi. So we're done with this face. So final thoughts on this palette. I love it. It's totally worth the $45. It has neutral shades, and I've done a neutral eye with, it's not a neutral eye. I did a smoky eye with it. I've done several bright looks with it. It has a white, it has a black, it has bright colors. It really is a palette that I think that I will use pretty much more often than a lot of my other palettes, especially when I want a bright color look. If not solely for a bright color look, at least in conjunction with several of my other palettes. The BH Festival palette has a lot of bright colors, and this would be a great co-palette to go with that when I want colors that that one doesn't have, or I want a matte instead of a shimmer when that one doesn't have it. This would be great with Juvia's palettes when I want a bright color and I don't want a shimmer, I want a matte. So for me, where I do a lot of bright colors because I like to wear black all the time, it's a great palette. I like doing bright colors. I like doing bold colors. So if you like bright and bold, absolutely. Even when I used the neutrals, I used HOE, back rolls, and Beast to do a smoky eye. The neutrals blended out super smoothly. There was no weird lines. Everything was super smooth, including the black. And I would do it even for neutrals. Even I would reach for it even for just a plain like neutral eye, just to do like a brown. So absolutely worth the money. I didn't have any fallout even when I did my full face and then did a bright eye on top of it. I didn't have fallout. I didn't get a lot of kickback in the pan. So I think absolutely worth it. I didn't use the brush that came with it, but I had seen some other reviews that said that it was actually a really nice brush. Let me just pop it out of here. Oh, it's actually really soft. It's a nice fluffy blending brush. Oh yeah, this side is really, yeah, this is a nice, it'd be a nice brush. I don't really like double-ended brushes because where I keep my brushes, one side always has to kind of be the sacrificial lamb, because I keep them in a container. So one side is always in the container and gets ruined. So if I kept it in the palette, that would be fine. But I wouldn't reach for it then, obviously, if it's in the palette. but it does seem like a nice brush. So yeah, I absolutely would use it. I didn't run into any problems. I created at least 4 looks with it, and I didn't have any issue. So I absolutely would recommend it. It definitely worked well. Doing a cut crease kind of look with it. The blending was super smooth. Typically pressed pigments are harder to blend. And I didn't run into any issues. So it worked great. So I absolutely would recommend it. So definitely swing out to Sephora, Ulta, the Anastasia website, and snatch it up, because it's definitely worth it, and it's a limited edition. So if you don't get it, I don't know how long they'll have it, and they definitely probably won't bring it back. So I would get it. Anyway, that is all for today. If you would like to see more videos, please like and subscribe, and I appreciate you for watching. And that's all for today, and have a great day. Enjoy your afternoon.